What's up, people? What's up, people? What's up, people? As I said, there might be no panel today, as majority of the people are fit. But I did say that this is an open panel. What I mean by an open panel is, as what Daps does, we send the link into the chat, and then everybody who's willing to join to come and have the say, the link is in the chat. But big up, guys! Big up, guys! It's a very lovely afternoon. First of all, let me thank Carl Walker. Number one, for signing the kit. This is a kit signed by Carl Walker. I don't know if you can see it. It's signed by Carl Walker right over there. That is a signed shirt by Carl Walker. It was sent by Dash and Mancunian Way. Big up to you, Dash and Mancunian Way. They sent it. It arrived today. A signed kit by Carl Walker, and big up to Carl Walker. The link to join this stream and to join the panel is in the chat. If you want to join the stream and the panel is in the chat. If you are joining, though, all I ask is be respectful. Yes, have a camera. If you don't have a camera, it's fine. It doesn't really matter. We're going to talk about transfers. We're going to do a starting 11 for the first game. That is Wednesday. We're going to try see how we can set up. Yeah, Kyle Walker. Yeah, this is the signed jersey by Kyle Walker. So big up. Let me just show it one more time. Big up, signed jersey by Carl Walker. Big up to Carl Walker, and big up to Mancunian Way, Martin, and big up to Dash. Thank you very much. But there's the link to join the show. Big up to you. Anyway, Javo, big up to you, Javo. Hope you're well.
Big up.
Big up. Anyway, so today we're going to talk about. Okay, there's another person. Today we're going to talk about the transfer window. Apart from the transfer window, we're also going to talk about. We're also going to talk about how the transfer window in other clubs is happening and how it's going to influence Man City. So, welcome to the show. Welcome to the show, both of you. Let me start off by this. Have you read the news that you're gonna have to if you're watching the stream, you're gonna have to switch off the stream? You get that? You're gonna have to switch off the stream. Is it Dao? I don't know how to say it, but switch off the stream. If you're watching the stream, you have to switch it off because it's gonna echo. Yeah. You're gonna have to switch off the stream because it's gonna echo. What I was about to say. So, Jovo, I'm pretty sure you've seen the rumors that Jack Grealish has been linked to Napoli.
Yeah, I seen the rumors, bro. If Napoli come in for Jack Grealish, we have to let him go. Have to. At 45 mil, that's still of a deal. Have to. But Napoli want both. They want either Grealish or Garnacho.
Yeah, so wait. Do you think they're going to get him?
No. I don't know if it's fit Conte's style of playing. I really don't know. I don't know. But if and the Bayern are going Napoli, that could, I feel Grealish might follow suit. So
yeah.
the Bayern might put in a few words for him to come over to Napoli to play with him together.
To be honest with you, right? If I was Jack Grealish, especially at this point in time, I would definitely take this deal. Yeah, big up. So big up to joining us, man. Anyway, football fan view. How is the transfer window looking on your side today since it's open? We can't hear you. You're on mute. We can't hear you. You're muted. Wait. Yeah, I'll unmute you. Yeah, there you go. How you doing, man?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Yeah, big up.
As in, actually, it's not encouraging at the moment. We are Arsenal and we're not signing any players. At the moment, I don't know what's going on, but it doesn't look as if we are in the same market as everybody. It's as if we are just relaxed. We don't care what's going on.
But you've got Zubimendi.
It's not done yet. He has not got. He's the chef. I'm not trusting that story until he gets in, until he gets done.
Okay. So you're not.
I'm not trusting the story.
Yeah, but okay.
I'm sorry. I'm not trusting the story until it's done, until it's in. I'm not going to get myself worked up over it.
Okay. Look, this is the reason why I wanted it.
Also, I think Arsenal are not being run like a proper club. We are not acting like a big club, honestly. Arsenal is not running like a big club, and I have issues with that at the moment. I don't think it's the manager. I know a lot of people have been, having their say on the manager. For me, really, I don't think it's the manager. It has never been the manager.
Football fans view, one question. If Arsenal sign Gokares and Subamendi, do you and Arteta and win no trophies this season, do you think the fan base will want him completely out, or they will still find excuses for him?
Yeah, I think we lost him. I think we lost him. I don't know, man. I feel like Arsenal as a team, right? We were talking about before. I think like let's talk about the teams that, like, let's say for instance, I was on a panel and it was on more Judge Moore panel. Go subscribe to Judge Moore. We were talking about the fact that people are saying regardless, Jovo, like regardless who Arsenal sign, people don't see them as a threat. You get it? Like regardless who they sign, people don't seem to rate Arsenal as a threat, because every panel I've been on and we asked that, okay, who is a threat? People keep saying Liverpool and City. When somebody says, what about Arsenal? If they sign Gyökeres, if they sign this, people are like, nah, I don't think Arsenal are good enough. So he's back now. So maybe you can ask him. Jovi, you can ask him the question you wanted to ask
him. Yeah, can you hear me? Sorry.
Yeah, there was a question for you before you left. Big up to you,
one question. If Arsenal sign both Gyökeres and Subamendi and Arteta still and win a trophy this season, do you think the fan base will want him completely out, or they will still find excuses for him?
Did you get that?
For me personally, I can't speak for other fan base, like I used to say. Like, I get you. I can't speak for other people, but I will speak from my own perspective. From my own perspective, I don't think Arteta is the problem. Arteta is not the problem. I think the club is not properly run well. Now, and I'll tell you the reason why I feel it is not Arteta's fault. Because number one, who keeps Arteta in the job? Like, who keeps Arteta in the job? And that is, who keeps the manager in the job? And that is the club itself. Decides to put the manager in the job. And they got in a novice anyway. We all know Arteta was a novice. He wasn't like, experienced. They brought him in and they kept him in the job. So why do we keep the other fans all our fans keep giving Arteta the stick? Because for me, they will enjoy what he has done. If he was not doing well, Tottenham just sacked a manager that won them a trophy after 21 years. And here we have Arsenal sticking with Arteta. What does that mean? That means the board are okay. They are fine with exactly what he's doing. So why work myself up over something? That's why I said it's not his fault. It is the team's fault, because Arsenal is not being run like the big club. And to your question, he personally, for me, I have told you for a long time, I've said this for a long time, Arteta should have already been out of the job since long ago. But because the board is not boarding, like everybody is not doing the right thing at the moment, there is no point. Whether we want him sacked or not, the board will keep him in the job because they feel he's doing well. So why worry myself on that? Instead, I'm not expecting anything from him anymore. So far as the board is not willing to change, I don't think we're going to get the best of that. So for me, I want him gone long ago. But right now, I'm tired of saying Arteta. I think it's clunky. It's the management of Arsenal out. They're not doing enough at the moment for me. I'm not going to join the bandwagon and blame Arteta. Arteta shouldn't even be there in the first place. So that's my own take. I don't know of any other person, but that's my own take.
No, that's fair. That's fair. And you know what? It's quite surprising to find somebody who wants him out right away, because every time I go on this panel, people just glaze him.
Are you with me?
Yeah, you're here. You're still here. I'm saying every time I go in a panel, Arsenal fans always tell me that, oh, you guys have been unfair. If Arteta doesn't stay here, who else can we get? Who's better? So big up to you, big up to you for saying that we don't. But anyway, let me welcome Alfie. Let me ask you something. I just want to have a general talk. Why is every panel I've been in for the past few months, every time I say Arsenal are a serious title challenge, everybody says no, they're not winning shit. Even when you tell them, okay, what if they sign Gyökeres and Rodrigo, people are saying they're still not gonna do it. Is it being disingenuous or jealous, or maybe it's the fact that, you know what, Arsenal are always like that, there's no point?
If they sign a striker, they'll be a lot better. Like it's fun to make fun of teams like Arsenal of Spurs. When a team doesn't win a trophy in a while, it's just fun to get on the bandwagon and make fun of them. If they get a striker, a proper striker, they'll be a lot more problematic. But it's the thing, yeah. They had a very good team even in 2023. Arteta going to get them over the line. So to answer maybe Deuce thing earlier, he said it's not Arteta's fault. I don't think the blame has to be monotone. The Kroenkes are doing the wrong thing and having Arteta there. Arteta failed to win a league title against us, 8 points up. So people don't rate Arteta. It's that simple. If they replace Arteta, people will rate Arsenal a lot higher suddenly, but that will just be on the bandwagon of Arteta was shit. People won't suddenly rate the players higher, so they just imagine that the new manager will be better. There's no guarantee for that, but they have to get someone other than Arteta. They have to change up.
If Arsenal sign Gyökeres,
go ahead.
If Arsenal sign Gyökeres, that means Arteta will have to move Kai Havertz into the midfield, and we've already seen that does not work. So that's why I feel Arteta wants Sesko, because if we bring in Sesko, he could still persist with starting Kai Havertz on top for the start of the season. But if he bring in Gyökeres, he will have to start Gyökeres straight away.
Yeah, but if Arteta gets
Sesko
gets Gyökeres, he gets a striker. He improves his front line. The problem with Arsenal has not been defense. Let's be honest there. Defense of Arsenal, arguably the best in the Premier League. Midfield, they've got a very good midfielder in Declan Rice. Ødegaard, I don't rate, but they have him as well. They've got a very good right winger in Saka. They lack a left winger at the moment, so they need to go sign that. They get Gyökeres. They have half of front three now. Now they have 1/3 of the front three. Havertz, you might as well shove him down the left wing. Because he's that. You don't have a winger right, or well, Arsenal don't have a winger right now. Shove Havertz down left wing. You have Gyökeres, you have Saka, and then midfield, Zubimendi, I guess, is coming in. You get Zubimendi, Rice, Ødegaard. That's an improvement. Still, I don't think Ødegaard is good enough. You might as well sell Ødegaard and go buy a new 10. Who will that 10 be? I don't know. Maybe they can go get Arda Güler, get that same energy as Mesut Özil. Rejects from Real Madrid, who end up being their best player for a decade. So you might as well go get a new 10 at that point. Ødegaard, Havertz, these players are not good enough for Arsenal to begin with. So yeah, you're going to struggle to fit them in. They're not good enough to win titles with. So it does matter, in my opinion.
Bro, I think with City and Liverpool midfield strengthening this season, I don't think Arsenal midfield is near both City and Liverpool midfield. Bro, I don't think Zubimendi, Ødegaard, and Rice will work together.
Why not?
Bro, to me, Zubimendi and Rice them is similar players.
Yes, I get that, but so was Fernandinho.
They are both similar players.
Yes.
So the only one.
Okay, so what do they need then? If you say that they've got similar players, look, to be honest with you, before I move away from Arsenal, because I just wanted the opinion of everybody to say different stuff. Like, I don't know. Am I the only one who feels? I don't know if Alfie feel the same way. Am I the one who feels that this Arsenal team, they should have also invested in another type of number 10? Because isn't the only number 10 they have, if we talk about Arsenal, it's only, what's his name? Odegaard. Why don't they look for somebody else also? Like, let's say Odegaard gets injured. What?
They need a proper 10. Ødegaard is not a 10. He's an 8.
This is what I mean. Like, that's the only guy they take as a 10. So why don't they ever invest in somebody who's creative? Like, I don't get Arsenal. Like I get that
The
people say,
problem, that's what I'm saying. I said the problem I feel with Arsenal, it is not about the players or the couple of players we sign. I think it's the club. The club is not properly run, and our fans are not getting it. I keep saying it. This club is not run like the way it should be. This is the same club that will need 5 players and we sign 3. This is the kind of club that will need 10 players and we sign 8. They will just leave themselves short. And that's what we do year upon year upon year upon year. Let me tell you what's going to happen this season again. Arsenal is going to sign maybe 1 striker and probably leave themselves short in the wing again. It is criminal. As in, I repeat, this is very, very criminal for you to look at that team last season and in January not get reinforcement. Who does that? Which big team in the Premier League will do such? You need everybody, without no shadow of a doubt. We all know that club needed something, and a normal properly run club will never leave the team that short. And that's what I'm telling you, Arsenal fans. Everybody keeps saying it's Arteta. It's not Arteta. We got Emery. We got even Arsene Wenger couldn't do anything. Do you know why? Because the club is shit. The club is not run properly, and until we face the real problem, there is no way out of this. There is no way out. We are on and we are in it. At the moment, we are stuck with this. And right now, when I just pray,
is it gone?
I just pray we survive on luck or anything.
Okay. No. That's fair. That's fair. Look, I don't blame you. That is fair. That is fair. Anyway, moving on from Arsenal. Let me ask the guys on the panel before we go to our own club, Man City. Apart from Liverpool and City, does anybody see anybody else as a threat, or Alfie, you're waiting off that? Okay, let me wait until the window is closed because the window opened again today. But do you see anyone else as a threat? Chelsea.
Yeah,
Chelsea. I think Chelsea.
Bro, Chelsea. For me personally, Chelsea and Spurs. Chelsea and Spurs.
Spurs.
Yeah.
I think
yes,
Chelsea.
no. One reason, just because they have a manager that can adapt. So, one game you're gonna be seeing Thomas Frank will be playing a back 4. Next game you will be seeing him play a back 3. I rate him high as a manager.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's Spurs.
Yeah, bro. What kind of players he get at Brentford, and he used to squeeze, he used to gel them out, everyone out of them. And I think Spurs have much better players than Brentford, so I expect Spurs to be finishing in the top 5 at least.
I expect Spurs to finish top 10 at least as well. Top 5, I think they can do it, but like there's a big gap between first and second last season. Let's stand first to 5th. So they can be top 5 and still be acres away from Man City, even if they're top 5. If Man City has really improved.
Bro, with Chelsea need quality wingers. They need to improve on Madueke, and they need to improve on it too. If Chelsea have quality wingers that can score goals and assists to help Cole Palmer, and then bring in a next striker, Chelsea will be serious next season. But they need to improve the wingers and them defenders.
Yeah, but I don't know. Chelsea, don't they need okay? So you said they need a keeper. That's number 1, right? They need a striker.
Yeah, no, exactly.
I don't know. Do they need another type of striker? I don't know. They might need another sort of creative midfielder. They're gonna just depend on Palmer.
Patrick, if we get Andre Santos coming back from loan, so them get Santos, Lavia, Cancelo, Enzo. Who else?
Say Cancelo. No.
Enzo, Cancelo, Lavia, that 3. Andre Santos, that 4.
Yeah, but I don't know. I just look. We also had this. Maybe let me ask you guys on the panel. So we were having a debate earlier on, and the guys on the panel were saying Chelsea need time to build a squad. And then I went to the opposite and said, how long are we going to be giving them time? How many projects are we going to give them? Was I wrong to say so the guys on the panel, especially Dan, big up to Dan. I like him. He's very sensible for Chelsea fan. But he told me that because the Chelsea owners are investing, and then we're going to have to wait 3 years for them to actually link in. I was like, why didn't you just buy the players that will improve you right now? I don't know. Then the guy asked the panel, like, why do we always give more asked that? Why do we always give Chelsea a pass? I think we give them a pass. Because Caicedo goes anywhere else, he has to help somebody win a league. Enzo Fernandez, why are we saying, oh, it's okay for Chelsea to buy all these players and invest? Why? Why can't we not say the same for City? When we buy Doku, when we buy Savio, why can I not say, oh, wait for my Doku and Savio until they are a certain age and then they'll be good at the age of 25? I'm telling you, I think Chelsea get a pass. It's ever since even Abramovich era. They call them ambitious. Whenever Chelsea spend big, they used to call them ambitious. City spend big, they're spending money. I don't get it. I just think like this Chelsea team,
well,
you get a top level keeper. Go ahead.
It's very simple to explain, to be honest, that look at the rules. When Chelsea was spending money, PSR and FFP, as it is now, did not exist. Chelsea is one of the clubs that brought in this PSR and FFP thing, actually, together with Man United and who else was it? Was it Arsenal or was it Liverpool? I'm not sure. But those three clubs, they brought in the modern PSR rules, or they spearheaded it. Chelsea was never charged with any breaking of rules. They were already a big club by the time these rules came in. Man City, by the time we start spending money, these rules exist already. So now it's just a different way of viewing football. It's perspective. Like everything comes down to perspective. When the rules don't exist, you can't be accused of breaking the rules. But when you're doing this spending as a small club and nobody can really explain why you have this much money other than they just do better business than us, now it's just, I guess, it's cheating. And that's what it is with Man City. It's all about perspective, I think. Man City is unlucky because perspective makes us look bad. We're going to be found not guilty, I believe, personally. But when we're found not guilty, the perception will be there that we are a cheating club. Meanwhile, in the same way, the perception that Chelsea is an ambitious club is already there. So Chelsea have that perception. People believe that Chelsea is an ambitious club. So they look for reasons to validate that. When Chelsea spend big money, people want to confirm their own beliefs. So they want to see Chelsea spend money to confirm my belief that an ambitious club is correct. Meanwhile, they want to see Man City spend big money because they want to confirm their own belief that Man City is a cheating club. It's all about confirmation bias. It's a real thing. It's a big problem in modern internet culture. And that's how it goes, in my opinion. That's how it goes.
Yeah, because it makes me laugh that obviously that is allowed. All because I was saying it on Judge Moore's show. I was like, okay, so they buy Caicedo, they buy Enzo, and we have to accept that this is a project. You go buy that Modric guy for 90 million. They say, oh, so I think Dan said, oh, it's because Chelsea value the euro, the pound more than others. And I was like, what do you mean by that? It's just, it confused me that they are willing to be given that leeway. Why don't you just kill it right now? Wouldn't you just get the experienced defender, get the better keeper, and get the striker now and finish it? Because I look at this team, that's all they need. But anyway, Matthias, you're frozen. That's why, Matthias, you keep freezing.
You know what, Patrick?
Yeah.
Can I say something? Can I say something, Patrick?
Go ahead.
What I want to say concerning Chelsea is this. I think there is a narrative. And I think there are some clubs that get these narratives, and when they push this narrative that they are not, they are on a project, I think it sells more than others. I think when it is City gets this, this look of big money spenders, while clubs like Arsenal, there's always, I think there's a narrative, a bit of agenda, fans' agenda in these things. And for me, I don't think they should be getting a pass. Chelsea shouldn't spend $500 million and then should be getting a pass. No, you're spending $500 million or £1 billion, £1 billion plus half, whatever. You should be held responsible for what you have done. But you know, there is this narrative. I think these narratives are fan-based, pushed, and I think that's why the challenge. But everybody should be judged equally. For me, that's what I think.
Yeah, that is actually true. This is what I was saying on the panel. I was like, guys, why do we always have to say, oh, Chelsea need time, or they need this, or Chelsea have to be given this leeway? I was like, Caicedo could have gone to City, and Caicedo they could have been telling us that, oh, you need to compete. You've got Caicedo, one of the best midfielders in the league. You've got Enzo. People could have told us, but apparently Chelsea with Pedro Neto, who they spent 60 million on, it's okay for Chelsea to say, oh, this is a project, and as the guys on the panel told me, they're like, oh, this project might take to 2027. So I say, oh, so we should wait. I asked them that, so we should wait 3 years for Chelsea. Then they were like, yeah, because we can't really judge them right now. That's why I'm confused. I was like, there's always rules for other people, and then other people have to be judged and asked that, okay, why are you not performing right now? You get it?
You know what also plays into it, I think, Patrick? Remember, before Man City won that league title, everyone was happy that about Man City. Finally, Man United don't win it. 2012, oh, Man City won the title. Congratulations to Man City. Because then, we just said it once. This perception started when we won. It really started after 2020, I think. After we got first again, after being like 10th or whatever in the table, that's when this started, I think, where people were like, okay, this is stupid, they keep winning it. And that's when people got salty, I think, because Chelsea isn't winning anything. Why talk about losers, guys? Like, they're not winning anything. Nobody cares. Man City, we're winning things. They care.
I get what you mean. I think that is the issue, isn't it? It's as if, okay, Chelsea right now are not winning anything. Okay, so we can give them leeway and we can give them time to say, okay, it's fine. To be honest with you, I'm surprised none of you mentioned Newcastle, because Newcastle have kept the players. And right now, the transfer window is open. There's rumors that we're still trying. Somebody said we're going to bid 40 for Livramento. I was like, maybe that's why Newcastle is laughing at us. No way you're getting Livramento for that amount. You get my point?
No, it's not an issue for Newcastle because they haven't like won anything big yet. I mean, okay, they won a Carabao Cup, fine, but if they start consistently making the Champions League and start taking, Arsenal, Liverpool's, or United's spot every year, that's going to become a problem. And if they win a Premier League, that's going to be a problem. Maybe they start maybe they start consistently winning some of these smaller cups, so the big six clubs can't get them. That's going to become a problem. And they're already doing everything they can to handcuff them. And yeah, if they start threatening the revenue of like these red cartel clubs, your Uniteds, Liverpools, Man Uniteds, and Spurs, I think we'll start seeing some phony charges as well.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see anyway. Now, since I have you here, Kelks, I want you to answer for your crimes, because that crime you're committing is poor. At this point in time, we just have to expose you. It's either you want to get married to Josko, or Josko is paying you. Guys,
it's too young for me.
No, Kelkster says Josko should be...
I'm not marrying a 22-year-old. Ew.
So Kelkster posted on Twitter saying Josko should be one of the captains.
Yes, one of like fifth or sixth, not at the top of the captain's list. That's Ruben Diaz for me. Followed by Rodri, followed by Bernardo, followed by Haaland, followed by Foden, followed by Josko in a pinch. Like if you're in a cup game and you have one senior player, Josko gets the armband. That's all I'm saying.
No, that's a stretch. Josko, you even start going to Akanji and them, and start Aki and them, and you start going down there. Like Josko,
Akanji is never wearing the armband for this club ever.
No, Akanji is a captain for his country.
But not for our club, he's not, because he's bozo for us.
No, it's not about bozo. Sometimes leadership. I think this is the thing I was having this
Pep saw Akanji play next to Husanov in his first game, and he saw him completely miss the ball and become a total coward and let Husanov take the fall for that mistake. So Pep's like, yeah, you're not getting the armband. Sorry, buddy. You failed to help the new guy on his debut. He gave up a goal as a result of it. And then 5 minutes later, give a yellow card.
Yeah, but
there was a
sometimes-
leadership from Akanji in that moment.
Yeah,
it was
but-
Bernardo. This is where I give Bernardo credit. He turned that situation around.
So
He-
am I right?
he went
Am I right
back,
that Bernardo
he
should be our
couldn't
captain?
communicate with Husanov, and he settled him down. So I
am
give
I right-
Bernardo a lot of credit, and that's why, popular to contrary belief, I'm okay with Bernardo being a captain. I have no problem with it whatsoever, because that moment showed me that he's got the leadership material. He
Yeah.
settled Husanov down in that game, and I respect it.
Okay, big up Martin. The kid just came in now.
Oh, he called me out yesterday. I was listening to that space, and he melted down. He was
Yeah,
like, he's like, Mateus and Keller are gonna melt down because Bernardo's a captain. It's like false.
I'm taking him as captain, and I've picked him as captain this morning. I don't know if you guys agree, but I picked him as captain because a lot of people are glazing
totally
Ruben
fine with
Diaz.
Bernardo being a captain. I have
Yeah,
no
but
problem with it.
but when I was
I
doing the show-
prefer he would leave the club because I just don't think he's good enough as a player anymore. But he's
He's not
clearly
good
going to
enough.
stay. I just have to hold that.
Wait, he's not
If
good
he's
enough.
going to be a captain, too, he's going to play.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like when you
He's
make
gonna
someone
stay, but
captain,
you
he's
know
going to
what?
play.
All of our captains leave. So guess what that means next season?
That's evil. That is
Obrigado.
that is just
Obrigado.
evil. That is just
Obrigado.
evil. That is evil.
Well, what do you mean it's evil? If you're one of the
I just don't
captains,
think
you're
he's
going to
good
play.
enough anymore. I'm
That's how
sorry. Have you not
managers
been
look
watching
at
the
it.
last 2 seasons?
You're evil. You're an evil individual. That's what you are. You're
Wow.
evil. You're just evil.
I
just
don't
woke
want
up,
him to
so I'm a
play.
little cranky.
Well, you don't want him to play.
No, I don't. I don't want Bernardo to play, but he will. He will
I'm
play
just
quite a bit.
I'm with Alfie. I'm afraid he's going to start every game next season, and we have new players to bet in. Like Tijani Reinders cannot be benched every game for Bernardo Silva. I just don't
Okay.
think, guys. I think Bernardo's been poor the
don't-
past 2 seasons.
I don't think Reinders is one we need to be worried about here. I'd more so be worried about whoever's going to play right wing. Whether that's Doku,
That's where Bernardo is absolutely
But
finished as
that's-
a winger. He doesn't hold width. He doesn't beat anybody, and he just passes backwards. I don't think
Yeah, but
he.
that's
I
because
think he's
he
very
wasn't asked to
ineffective
do
as a
that,
winger.
To be fair, to be fair, that's not what he was asked to do last season. But I agree. But to be fair to him, wasn't also asked to do that.
This is what I keep telling people that they
Why has Pep abandoned the right wing on this club? The past 2 seasons.
What do you mean
Why is
abandoned
right
it?
wing
What do
just
you
a
mean
black
abandoned?
hole now? I don't get it.
What do you mean abandoned it? I don't think he has abandoned it.
I don't think all of our play goes through the left wing. Because every time Doku plays on the left, all the play goes through Doku. Because last season there was no midfield. So everything went through the left. Hardly anything went through the right.
Do you remember when was it against Chelsea? I believe it was Chelsea, where Doku played left and Savio played right. Ball kept going through the left, and then Savio went down the left and Doku down the right, and the ball kept coming down the left.
Yeah, it's just, everything we do is left. And I don't understand why we don't.
Oh,
use it.
and now
Ever
do you
since
understand?
Mahrez left, we don't use it.
So now do you understand my thing when I'm telling people that they keep saying, "Oh, Doku this, Doku that"? I was like, because he's just made the savior. He's just saying, "You go, you do it. You go, you do it. Doku, you save us. Doku, you
I
save
don't
us."
think he's ready for that because
Yeah, but that's-
I don't
that's-
think we are. We just don't look like a flowing team when Doku is just constantly.
Don't
taking
you
the
think
ball
that's
down the left.
unfair though? The fact that he just gets given the ball over and over. You do something. You do something. But if you watch the game when Mamouche is playing, they don't just throw the ball at Mamouche. They are sort of throwing the ball everywhere. There's moments where they're throwing the ball to Savio. Remember? After the Chelsea game, and you do it, Savio. That's the thing about this City team. There's a lot of people who have easily been blamed because they're given the ball to do something. Like they usually get the rest of the team just says, you get the ball, you do it. Let's see this season if they do a bit of balance. And if they start throwing it to Cherki might start also having moments where people are like, oh my God, he's stank there. Because you can't just do a lot. You cannot just be the guy who keeps getting the ball. Like look at PSG. They're very balanced. They will give the ball to somebody at the left, and they'll go to the right, then they'll go down the middle. It's like
we don't do that.
Yeah, we don't do that anymore. We used to do that. Now it's like, oh, give it to Doku.
Well, because the quality of the players is not good enough.
Yeah, that is true.
What is Bernardo going to be creating on the right? That's
Yeah,
what I
but
wanna know. I have not seen him create good chances in 2 years.
Yeah, but what I want to say to you, Kilkster, I want to say one thing. I don't want to ever. I don't want to ever see Josko. Cookie tips. I don't ever see Josko in the top 5 of captains. No, he's not.
I think he should. I mean, we paid almost a record fee for him.
Explain.
He's gonna. I've been
How
hearing
much
he's
is
a
this? Give
10-year
me a minute.
player.
No, give me a minute.
Why can't he be a captain? If
You say
Haaland is a
tell
10-year
us
player
why.
who's a captain,
Tell us why.
what's the
Tell us
difference?
why. Tell us why Josko would be captain. Tell us.
I just think he's. I think, like I just said, he's a player we signed for. We're signing him as a long-term player, and if that's you start rewarding these players by bringing them captains. I just think he's a really good player, and I want to see him there eventually. I didn't mean this season. I just said eventually. You're misreading things. I'll do Foden first, but Foden's been here 8 years. I think he should in some certain.
Oh no, Foden's been here 20 odd years. Let's not do that. He's been in the academy.
My apologies. Well, he's been on the first.
Are you counting
He's been
him
on the
since
first
child?
team for 8 seasons.
Are you counting since he's a child? Imagine your gas.
No. He's been at City since he was like 6 years old.
I
He's
know
not
what you
only
mean.
been
Yeah,
here
I
8
think
years.
people are talking about the
being
first
in
team.
first team, being in first team is different.
Right, Patrick, this is, good afternoon, but this is a typical example of player agenda.
What's player agenda?
I will give you exhibit A. Right? It's just
Benjamin,
today. This is nothing personal before we get going. Right? On about bozo moments.
Yeah, I know Yasko has some. So,
Oh.
I can admit it.
So why is Josko allowed bozo moments? Akanji and Bernardo, no.
Because he has the full beard.
Because Josko's level is higher.
I think
How
Yasko
much
just
was a
seems
Kanji?
like.
How much was a Kanji, Alf?
Well,
Sorry,
he's
come
showing
again?
why he cost that much last season. And
Yeah,
then-
do you know why?
the season
See,
before.
this is the other fallacy that comes out. How come he cost that much? Do you know why he cost that much? Because there's this
He wasn't going to be
false
starting at
narrative.
Dortmund.
Yeah, well, he was. Go and look at the stats the season before he started every game bar one. The reason he went cheap is he wouldn't sign a new contract.
Who's that? Oh,
Akanji.
Akanji. Oh, Akanji. Yeah,
Th-
Dortmund, yeah.
This is the false belief that goes round that he was out of the team and he was not liked, and because a few Dortmund fans online said so. He refused the
But-
contract.
None of us said that.
Yeah, that's what everyone says. Dortmund didn't want him.
I'm
They
not
kicked him
everyone,
out. He
though.
wasn't playing. No, I'm not saying you, Alf. I'm just saying
Why did
that's the popular belief that Akanji was kicked out of Dortmund and wasn't wanted.
he?
Yeah, but that's people who don't watch foreign leagues, so saying that. Like, I mean,
You know,
I
he
also
started-
watch Dortmund. I also go.
He started
I watched
every
Dortmund,
game
so-
bar one that whole season. We
and
got
I'm
him
pretty sure
cheap
he was
because of the
injured for
contract.
that game. He had unlocked that game, I believe.
Yeah, they loved him. They wanted him. They offered him a new contract. He wouldn't sign it. He thought the terms were crap.
Well, it's Dortmund. What do you expect? They don't really pay players a lot of money.
Right, but that's the reason we got him for 14 mil. You tell me a defender at 14 mil who's performed like him, and everyone goes the bozo moments in this game. We can go through every game, and I can
That
name you
might have been
bozo
the case
moments.
his first
from 10
season. I
players.
think he's not that player anymore.
No,
And I don't. And I think I don't want to see
I
Yasko be left
disagree
back
with
so
that.
Akanji can play center back. I don't think Diaz and Akanji have the right chemistry. I think the only good thing we saw last season is we did see we finally saw a center back partnership emerge, and it was like the
Yeah, and everyone
Stones-
slugged
it was like
Diaz
the
off.
Stones Diaz regen. I really like that partnership, and I want to see that flourish. Now that we have Art Nori, I'm more confident that it will. But before we signed Art Nori, I was very concerned.
Can you
that
name me a
Akanji was gonna
player
play
we'll
center back
get?
and
And-
Yasko left back?
Alf, you'll know what I mean by this.
Just
Name me a
disagree.
player that versatile and that experience she'll get for 14 million again.
Oh, we got Ortega for free. I know he's not versatile, but I'd say we got some pretty good.
No, I
bang
mean
for
of
him
that
for
level.
one.
Because don't forget, he's by the way, Akanji is one of the captains for Switzerland as well, as Alf will know.
This is what
We're not
I am
talking-
Swiss. I
we're
know-
not
I know this.
talking
I
about-
you may
Do
think
you
I
want
have
to
an
play it?
agenda. I have a Swiss Akanji shirt. I could go get it if anybody doubts me. If somebody thinks it's AI on this panel, I could go prove you wrong.
No,
It
no,
is
but-
AI. It is AI. It is
Oh.
AI.
Tell it, the point we're
oh,
making
oh,
is he's
oh.
been pounded for last season. When last season he never got above 60% fitness because the guy literally put his whole body on the line to play because nobody else was available. To me, that's a warrior. No, but
That's
to
a
me,
lie.
that's a warrior.
That's Photoshop. That's a Photoshop. Wave it. David.
Let's get Patrick. Let's get this
So-
straight. I wouldn't go on with a nappy
Martin.
groin or a pull that this Saturday. I wouldn't do it.
I don't
Martin,
know.
so you will
That's
keep a,
AI.
you will
Don't
keep
make
a
me go get my
Kanji?
Joshko Croatia one.
I'm gonna buy a shardy one for the Switzerland.
I think I am too. I didn't realize how nice the white one was until USA played them last week, and I was like, I need to get this one, and I'm gonna get Fabian Schär.
That's the thing.
My
Martin,
family
though.
is from Switzerland, so I have Swiss heritage.
Fabian Schär. Fabian Schär's
Silver
not
Fox,
fit
the
to lace
Swiss
a
Silver
Kanji's.
Fox. That's right.
He's not fit enough to lace a Kanji's left testicle. Never mind the boot.
We're talking
lace.
Switzerland. We're not talking Premier League.
There you go. Come on, what we
And
doing?
Switzerland's not going to win anything. I'm aware of this.
Do you know what? I am surprised by our fan base. The way you guys have turned on Nakanji, who was one of our best.
This is our this is how our fan base move now. They go target to target, season by season. They find a scapegoat and go after them. I read
There's a
someone
pattern to
posted
it.
everywhere. Everyone posted yesterday. Bernardo's getting the Walker treatment. Why? What the hell is the
were
Walker
you not-
treatment now?
You weren't paying attention at the end of last season. He was getting a lot of pelters. I believe it was the Aston Villa game. It was the game he subbed on. I'm pretty sure it was the Aston Villa game. Like he subbed on in the 60th minute, and then he subbed off like 15 minutes later with an injury. All I saw on Twitter is after the game is, I hope it's a serious injury because Pep just won't bench him, man. Why is
Yeah,
Pep playing him
and
every
that's the
game?
trouble.
He's not good enough. He's not good. And I was like, that was how it started with Walker. And I'm just nervous. And
Comments
it's not
like
the
that.
player's fault. It's the manager's fault for constantly playing him. I think he has blind
He had
spots
no
with certain
choice.
players.
He had no choice.
We had other choices. Yeah, he did. We had
Who-
Nico Gonzalez at the
who
time.
did he
was
have?
refusing to play him.
Martin,
He refused
but
to play the
you
players
know what
he
I'll
got in
say, yeah?
January. That's
You know what
not.
I say, Cal?
That's
To back.
Bernard- that's not a
I'm
Bernardo
agreeing.
problem,
What
it's a manager problem.
here now? No, but I think he had other choices, Pep. But at the end of the season, because I think Pep played Silva for that reason, and I could not see why because it just didn't work out. But at the end of the season, I don't think it was the best choice. But I do understand. But Bernardo Silva played on that pitch to cover the right back spot, which is stackable for us at the moment. Because what Bernardo Silva did is he'd technically be in midfield and on the wing, but he dropped down to the right back spot. And when Nunez was right back, Nunez had a lot more liberty to go up and down the pitch. And no one else at Man City can do that. We tried it with Nico Gonzalez when he came in and he couldn't do it. So I agree. There were other options. Maybe you could have changed the entire system. The problem is, at the end of the season, we were winning games, and you can't always just change system like that. Again, we tried with Nico Gonzalez to cover that right back area, and he couldn't do it. So that was against Everton. And I don't think Nico
But we
Gonzalez
did
played
change
poorly.
system. Those last 10 games, we did change system.
Yeah, but we were winning
Bro,
those games, so why change it
bro,
again?
That's
going
what I
into
mean.
next season,
So
Bernardo
why-
Silva
why-
cannot
We
be
did that in the
starting.
cup final, and look what happened.
Going into next season, Bernardo Silva
totally
cannot be
disagree.
starting.
I
He
think
fixed something that wasn't
Why?
broken in the cup final.
I
He
think
had to
Bernardo-
shoehorn 2 players in who weren't fit and didn't deserve to play.
I'm sorry, guys. I think Bernardo Silva-
Martin, one question.
Go ahead, ask him.
Mhm.
You rather start Bernardo Silva in front of Cherky? Yes or
No,
no?
because they're not the same player.
Hello,
I'm
Patrick.
not saying
I'm
so.
not
I'm not saying so.
We're judging
I-
Bernardo on his
I'm
skill
not
set
saying-
2 years ago when he's aged 2
Hi, Kelly.
years and his skills have declined. That's all.
Oh,
I'm saying.
how you doing, Carl? How you doing?
Players age. It happens.
I'm well, thank you. Listen,
No. Have you ever thought he was just tired?
I don't know why people are slandering Bernardo and Akanji. I guess when my players
Thank
back,
you,
I don't-
thank you.
I don't know why.
I
I don't-
just don't
They
think
are
they're
where
good
they
enough
are.
to start. That's all I'm saying. They shouldn't start as many games as they
Why
do
not?
because I just don't think they're good enough anymore.
Oh, who says that? Who said they're good
I
enough?
think
Who said that?
Akanji and Diaz is not a good center back pairing.
No, who says that? They want to treble.
Yeah, they won a treble 2 years ago.
Yeah, so what?
Are they the
Give
same
them a
players
chance.
they were 2 years ago?
They're not
they've gotten-
machines. Let's
they've
give them a
aged.
chance. Let's
And
give them a
Akanji's had
chance.
injuries
What?
too. We're
Listen,
not gonna ignore that.
until
Calvin
we sell
Phillips
them,
on a treble.
there are players.
Yeah, Cole Palmer
Back
won
them.
a treble. Is he? Does
Yeah,
that
but
make him a
until-
superstar
listen,
for life
until-
because he was on a
until-
bench for a treble?
Until
Well,
this
let
is
Carl
over.
finish. Let Carl finish it.
Until they're sold, there are players. It's a new season. Give them a shot. If you see the same thing 6 months in, yeah, get rid of them. But right now, back them. That's all you can
I'm fine
do.
with them being bench players. I just don't think our manager will actually bench them. I think he'll play them every game.
Well, that's his
and that
prerogative,
concerns
right?
me.
And that's his prerogative, right? And so, listen, it's a new season, it's a new start. Let's see what they do. If they don't perform, I guarantee you, Pep Linders and Kolo will tell them to bench him. Simple. It will happen. I
Interesting.
mean,
This is somebody makes a good
I
comment.
think if Bernardo,
Yeah, this is a very good comment. If we,
I think the
face
fan base would
PSG,
turn
I
up Bernardo.
fear for what's going to happen for their midfield.
Wait, say that again. Say that again, Kilkster.
Exactly.
Say that again, Kilkster. Can I tell you something, Kilkster and Jovo? I'm telling you right now, if Man City gel, if this Man City team gel, we're slapping that PSG team. Mark my words. You know why I'm saying that?
All right,
Patrick, no.
Let me finish, Jovo. A finished Man City team full of odd legs was 2-0 up against PSG until PSG.
And then how did the game finish?
No, listen to me.
They couldn't hold it.
Okay, let me
Patrick,
finish it.
Patrick,
You couldn't
You
hold
have to
it.
forget, they're 90 minutes of press. They don't press for
Kelly,
60
the reality
minutes.
is this. The reality is this, right? If my manager doesn't overcomplicate things and plays players in the position, nobody beats us. Period.
You
That's it.
answered your own point there. What is Pep known for doing?
Well, listen, I'm going to give him another chance. He's proven himself time and time again. So I'm going to give him a fresh
I like
start.
the side of Carl.
Yeah, I'm going to give him a fresh start, a fresh slate. It's a new year. It's a new
This
opportunity.
fear factor. The fear factor.
And Martin,
is
just
so
again,
high,
the fact
I
that
understand
the fact that he changed his backroom staff tells me maybe he's in the right headspace. He brings in new staff, new ideas, gets rid of the guys who were there. I'm going to give him another chance to see what he does. Right? It's simple. The man has delivered to us glory year after year after year, and he knows that he was in a tight spot last year. Give him another chance. Let's see what he does. After 6 months, we see the same thing, then we have a problem. But I'm going to be fair with him.
But how come we're
You were
going
leading
back?
the Pep out brigade for a long time last season.
How come we're having to go back?
No, but
6
again,
months
to
to get to a
I'm
PSG game?
always fair, right? If he goes back to the old super control 1,000 million passes no one,
Well, who's
then
the
he has
poster
to-
boy
he has
for
to-
that
then he
kind of
has to-
style?
maybe it's time, but I'm going to give him a fair shot. I'm going to
And
give
who
him a
is
fair shot.
who is the poster child for who is running that slow, boring
Patrick.
pass backwards? Who does that every time he gets the ball in the midfield?
Patrick,
Say his name.
you know
Say his name.
why PSG would stop
I'm
you
asking the
because
panel.
Go ahead.
Did you watch Bernardo the last
remember-
2 or 3 games? He was one of our best players on the whole pitch.
Jovo, what are you saying, Jovo?
Are you including the cup final? in that? 'Cause-
remember
I mean, the cup
Remember-
final where
remember when
Palace had one shot.
Wait. Martin, Jovo wants to say that. What did you not say, Jovo?
remember when we slapped Madrid? Guess who was playing, right?
When
With Madrid.
when did we
Casemiro.
stop Madrid?
Wait.
Last season?
No, I'm talking about the season.
Trevor.
No, last season. I was just making a statement, right? Remember when we slapped Madrid home? What?
I do.
think it's
Bernardo was great in that game.
Second.
But that was 2 years ago.
Yes. No.
I
I
can't
think-
base
I think-
opinions
I
currently
think
on
that-
Price
I
scoring
think what
2
we
years
have to
ago. The Erling
But I think-
Haaland broke the Premier League
Madrid-
scoring
Madrid-
record 2 years ago.
I think
Where
what we
was
need
that
to do,
one?
Patrick,
one
is
point.
Wait. One at a time. Go ahead. One at a time.
let me tell you where I'm at, right? So here's
I'm
where I'm
making
at,
this
right?
point.
So
Talk,
here's
talk,
where I'm
talk.
at, right? Here's where I'm at, right? I'm going to give this guy another chance because he deserves it. Are you allowed to have one season where you mess things up and yes, right? But you've changed your backroom staff, you changed your structure, you brought in coaches who are exceptional. I'm going to give him a chance. If by December we have the same thing, then we go back to normal. But he deserves to get a chance.
What is normal?
Just back the team and just see what happens.
What is normal, Carl?
Costa's changing you, Carl. I love it.
No, this is me. Patrick, so you just know me for a couple of months. This is me, right?
You were hardcore Pep out for like 4
no,
months.
I've never said Pep
I
out.
have proof.
I've never said Pep out. Never said Pep out. I will argue. I'll be angry. I will fight. I will, but he deserves it. He deserves another chance. But if we see the same thing, 1,000 million passes, no one, and
It's the manager. I've seen you for 4 months.
you're compensating for
Bro,
out of fear,
all I know,
then we'll have a conversation. It's simple. It's just
Jovo,
simple.
Jovo, make your point now. Make your point, Jovo. The panel is yours now. The mic is yours.
bro, all I know, keeping Bernardo Silva at the football club would be a risk because he will be taking away a lot of players' minutes. And if we start him Bernardo at the start of the season and he's not performing, Pep will still not drop him. Still not.
So,
So
can I get the
Showed
lotto
last season
numbers?
He'll keep playing underperforming players to the detriment of the
Am I
team.
able to get the lottery numbers? Because everyone's foreshadowing the future. So can I have the lottery numbers?
Yes,
I'm just wondering if anyone's got them.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
That's
know,
code for my luggage.
If
No,
you win the
people
lottery,
gotta
you've got
realise-
to give half to Patrick.
Yeah,
Yeah, but last season was a one-off with a number of factors going into it.
Isn't that
Last
what we
season
expect
was
certain
not-
players to step up? Particularly
What do you want them to step up when they're injured?
Was Bernardo injured last year? No.
No, but who'd actually played more minutes in the last 2 years than any other player?
Either Bernardo or Yoshko, because Yoshko had a ridiculous
No,
amount.
stop saying Josko. You need
Yeah,
to
a lot
take
of
this
minutes.
Josko. You
We're
need
talking
to
about an
no.
average.
This Josko Gavardio loving can do nothing wrong in your eyes.
Yes, he
When
can.
he was
He made plenty of bozo moments. That United game at home.
But
No,
because it's
Josko.
Josko and you've got an agenda positive for him,
Oh,
he can do no wrong in your eyes.
I told her
I'm
it's
not.
coming
No,
obvious.
I'm not. Told you, I'm not doing this season. When I see an agenda, I'm calling the agendas out now.
Yeah,
In a
I
respectful
admit I have
manner,
one
but I'm calling them
agenda.
out.
Yeah, I have one agenda, and it's just not
Akanji,
fulfilled.
Manuel Akanji spent all last season injured. He played when injured.
He
To
shouldn't
a
have played
point
when he was
where
injured.
we had nobody else because Jamal Simpson-Puzzi was not good enough at the time.
I see. I don't think it's noble to play injured. I think when you're making our team worse because you're playing injured, I don't think that's a noble thing.
Yeah, but that
It could
that
hurt our
doesn't.
team.
Yeah, I agree with you,
doesn't
but
have
players
to
don't
be
see it that way. But
In the
players don't
group,
see
in
it
the
that way.
pecking
I agree
order.
with you.
Jeez.
Go ahead, Al. Go ahead. Oh,
And
yeah.
that's why we're in a society where people calling sick for a tummy bug. You know what I mean? That's why we're in that society now. Because people are weak. People are weak mentality. They have a cold. They have a sniffle. I'll have a week off work, please.
Kids these
This
days,
is
they
the
need to walk
mentality
5
we're in.
miles to school in the snow.
Yeah,
like we
this is
do.
the mentality we're in.
Martin, are you
Your
old enough
cavity's
to?
filled, no Novocaine.
I don't know how old you are, Martin. Are you old enough to watch the 1986 final? Someone played with a broken arm. Was it Brown? It was Brown, right? Who played with a broken arm in the final?
I know. I watched it. I didn't watch it at the time. I was only 4.
Ah, yeah. You don't remember everything in life? Anyhow.
Bert Troutman played with a broken neck. Come on.
Did you mean Bert Troutman who played with a broken net, Alf?
No. In the
doing that one?
1986 World Cup final, an Argentinian defender played with a broken arm. He broke his arm in the game and continued to play.
They didn't have
it's
substitutes
exactly-
back then, did they?
But anyhow,
So I don't
one,
understand. I don't understand that part. So I don't know why you're throwing that shade out.
on Akanji, yeah. We have right now Gusnov, who I think can play as a centre back. Vitor Hayes, I have no idea what we're doing with this guy. Is he going to play next season? Where is he going to play? How often is he going to play? So I've got no idea what we're going to do with this guy. We've also got Ake. He's injury prone. We've got a lot of centre backs right now. We need to get rid of some of these guys. I would rather get rid of Akanji and bring in Yumaba, to be honest, because I've watched him and he's just an incredibly good player.
What about
John Stones as well, but again, we've got to trim back a lot of these guys. If they're going to keep Akanji, I don't mind if he's a bench option.
Yeah.
Because I think Vardiol is better than Akanji. I think Ruben Diaz is better than Akanji. I don't think Akanji will be a bench option, though. That is my problem. I think Akanji will play quite a bit. And potentially even right back. If we don't get a right back, I think we will. But if we don't, Pep will put him right back, which I don't want to see either.
Also, are we rebuilding or are we doing more of the same?
Well, you want to rebuild the whole squad? 20 out, 20 in.
No. Why?
So how many signings is the rebuild?
Is Foden leaving? Is Holland leaving? Is Rodri leaving?
They bought 5 players. What's a rebuild?
Well, yeah, we bought
one
the
more
players.
right
They have
back
to play.
It's a rebuild done.
See, I'm worried that Akanji is going to get the majority of the minutes, and Husanov, who I think needs minutes to develop, will not. That's my fear with Akanji, because I know Pep Pep will play the players that he like his favorites.
No, he doesn't. People go out with this again agenda. They did it with Nico Gonzalez. Nico Gonzalez has hardly ever played. Well, people need to go and look at stats because he actually played about 80% of his games that he started in. So I don't know where that came from. No, he did.
I didn't understand
actually
some of the times he got dropped because, especially that cup final, I did not understand that lineup whatsoever. But it's Pep in a cup final, so maybe I shouldn't be surprised. He always does weird stuff in a cup final.
I understand the idea. I'm not agreeing with it. It was stupid, I think, even beforehand. But I understand the idea. The idea was to have a rest defense of 4 players because we've been weak on the counter. To have a rest defense of 4 players.
The 2 slowest guys in the team to stop counters. And how did we give up a goal?
We didn't have any counters. It was one thing because Glasner had changed his tactics around during the game.
The idea was just to press Palace in, keep getting shots after shot after shot, and eventually you'll score. Which actually it worked. We just didn't score, to be fair. But I think
thank you. So it worked.
It was. That doesn't mean it's a great idea, but it worked. To be fair. But
so is it Pep's fault?
I thought Kev should have been further up for a low block.
It's Pep's fault that the players can't put the ball in the net.
I agree. No, it's not Pep's fault that players can't put the ball in back of net. But...
This is what I mean. We're just because people have got their own opinion. It's fine. It's your opinion, whatever. But they're not getting off the IRs. People need to go and watch back some of these games. That cup final was literally attack versus defense for 90%.
Martin, I'm sorry, I'm not watching back any game from last season.
Yeah.
No.
We had enough fun on that.
I don't watch back full games, but I do watch back highlights. I don't watch back full games, though.
I'm not. So, Hong, are you with us here or you're freezing?
No, I'm still here.
You're freezing. Your internet is.
No,
Don't let him talk.
Oh, wait a minute. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you, but you look like you're like one of those video games from the 80s. You know, the 16-bit. 16-bit.
Wait, can you see? Wait, can you see me clearly or you can't?
No, we can't. We cannot see you. All we're seeing is graphics.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah,
What's going on with this internet?
At least we can hear you.
Give me a second.
We can hear you by sound. How can you say it worked when we didn't score?
Okay, this will work.
That's a good goal. That's a good question. What about Matthias? Are you with us? Matthias looks like he's at work.
Can you hear me now?
I'm still with you, man.
Yeah, this guy is at work, but he still wants to be part of the.
No.
Can you see and hear me now, by the way?
Yes, now we can see you in 4K.
And hear me as well?
Yes, we can even put you on the main screen. There you go. Speak.
Hello, how are you? So after listening to everybody, sorry?
I'm saying after listening to people hating on players they don't like, go ahead.
I was gonna say, yes, I read Gundogan's interview with Simon Bukowski, just saying, obviously in his mind, he said he thinks he's staying. Of course, he's meant to stay it because obviously, unless he's been told that that he's going to believe, nothing's happened. But I like to think I think all the focus is on the Club World Cup at the moment. But I like to think probably we'll know more about players going probably at the end of the tournament for me. And I know Bernardo's staying. I think for me, the way I see it, I don't want anyone to misunderstand me or misinform me whatsoever. Yes, it's good that he stays, that he can help out with some of the new players and the younger guys. But I don't think he should be a starter going into the new season. Because I think if you watch yesterday, I watched PSG just absolutely trampled Atletico Madrid 4-0. And I looked at their midfield of Vitinha, Fabian Ruiz, and João Neves. And I just said to myself, I would be so comfortable if for City if we meet PSG if either in the tournament or in the Champions League next season. I don't think Bernardo Silva should be in that midfield against them. I like to think it would be a midfield of either Rodri, Tijani Reinders, and Nico Gonzalez will be able to combat them.
Rather in this tournament, Rodri won't be ready for a full 90 against them.
No, but I would much rather see.
Are you guys sure he was being played and prepared for this? You know Pep Guardiola, don't you? This is what.
For what, Rodri? No, Rodri has to be eased back in.
Yeah, but I'm saying
This is an ACL injury. This is not like some small and a meniscus tear, which I have had. I've had a meniscus tear.
Yeah, but you saw him playing the last games, right?
But an ACL, we cannot fuck that up.
Yeah, but Pep. Pep. He is going to.
That's the concern. That's you're getting to the root of my big concern, which involves a lot of players. He has his guys. He wants to overplay all of them.
Who are his guys, by the way?
That's just my concern this season. That's it. I mean,
who are his guys? Who are his guys, by the way? Can you mention them? Wait,
Bernardo, Akanji, Rodri. Like they'll play every game they're available.
But he's gonna
normally I would say do that with Rodri, but you can't.
But he's going to have a new backroom staff now. He's going to have a new backroom staff now that's going to argue against him. So he's not because that's what Lino never did. Lino never argued back. Lino never argued back, so I think that's going to be more arguing back now. I don't think Rodri will be over, but that's not a concern of mine.
I don't think he can play more than one game a week for a couple of months. It happens. Everybody with an ACL rotates back in. Like I have an Arsenal friend. He said Timber rotated for the first 2 or 3 months of last season.
Florian Wirtz didn't.
I don't remember his timeline, but
Florian Wirtz got a bunch of injuries after his ACL too, though.
That's the concern. I'm worried about Roger getting a muscle injury.
Yeah, I think
post ACL, not because of anything like Pep is specifically. It's just because it happens. And like, if you give him more opportunity to get injured straight away, there's a bigger chance it'll happen. But if you let him slowly build his fitness back up.
What are you saying, Matthias? Go ahead, Matthias.
Do you realize that Roger needs to get into the habit to play 2 or 3 games a week?
Not right away. If he can be doing that by January, I think we're in business.
January.
I think we should not be concerned of. I get it. People are scared, but we should not be really scared of.
When was the last ACL Pep had to deal with?
Rodri is our best defensive midfielder. He's the Ballon d'Or.
I think it was Laporte.
He's going to play. Listen, if we play Liverpool on Sunday, then we've got Arsenal on Wednesday and Man United on the Saturday. He plays them 3 games. He starts.
It's a mistake. It was a mistake right away.
Listen, whether he gets subbed off in his 60 or the 70 minutes, that's a different conversation. But he's got his body. He needs to get into the habit of playing 3 games a week. He's a football player. You shouldn't be scared for him to get injured.
I get what you're saying, Matthias.
There are certain players. Doesn't matter how much you protect them, they will still get injured. For example, look at Johnston.
Well, we just saw how our team fell apart without him last year. I would prefer to not be in that situation this year. And think of how much better we are with him. So I'd rather maximize our time with him by balancing it. It's just a balancing act. That's all.
Yeah, I was going to say about that.
Sure, we just spent 300 million.
We drew that game. Then I think that the very next game, I can't.
You're frozen, Matthias. You're frozen. Get back in and get back there. Yeah, look, at the end of the day...
Yeah, somebody posted a fact here.
Yeah, it says Matthias risking being caught at work a place for being on that show.
He must have been caught.
Right, he's been caught down, they cut him off. Yeah, Hong, go ahead, finish your point, Hong.
My point is of course I agree with what Matthias saying about Roger getting back to play, but I do agree with what Kel said. Like, we have to ease him back in. I mean, it's even a concern the fact that we see him drop a basketball shot and you worried that him getting injured just off that.
He's fit. Yeah. He's a sportsman. He's fit.
Oh, come on. What are we doing here? He's having a basketball shot and we're scared of that now. We can't wrap him up in cotton wool for the next 6 months.
Well, that cameo he had against Bournemouth, like,
do you know what it is, mate?
You would have made that tackle before this injury.
This year, I'm going to be a lot nicer. Everyone can have an opinion. I'm not going to, but I'm sorry. Some people we slag Arsenal fans off for the way we're behaving at the minute.
How are we behaving?
Wait, were you?
This is how Arsenal
you were not mean last season, Martin. You weren't mean at all.
I was. I was mean towards fans more than I was the players and the managers. Alf will tell you that. The simple fact is when people got to realise these are professional footballers. He is the mainstay. He's not going to be eased back. You know, exactly what Matteo said. Easing back is 60 minutes, 65 minutes of a game. Maybe he doesn't play the full 90. He's got to build his body back up to the 3 games a week, 100%. But he's not going to be off. He's not going to be like play a game, miss 4, play a game, miss 6. He's not going to do that because that's not good for a player either.
Yeah, but that's
that's not what I meant. I meant like a game a week, maybe a sub appearance, something like that. Like building. Like, okay,
But
he
what
had the
other team
10-minute
does
cameo
this?
against Bournemouth. Let's see a 20-minute cameo on Wednesday, and then maybe let's see a 30-minute cameo on Sunday, and then next, what is it, Tuesday? Maybe
No,
he
they
plays
don't
all
build
half.
up like that.
build up.
You'll do 10 minutes, a half, 60 minutes a game. That's the way it'll get built up.
Yeah, but
Okay,
that's
then,
fine.
yeah, then let's
That's
start
fine.
with that. Let's
But
start with that.
in my opinion, you need to build him back up. I agree. I'm great, by the way. Thank you for asking. You need to build this guy back up before January, though, because if you're worried about muscle injuries, January is cold. In England, at least. I know it's summer in the Southern Hemisphere, but over here in the North, it's cold during January. Cold is very bad for your muscles. He needs to be built back up before January. Otherwise, you're going to risk him even more. If he's not ready to play yet consistently in January, he's not going to be ready all season.
Yeah,
But what they'll do is just follow the sports science. If the injury team and the medical team cleared him, which they have, they've fully cleared him now. That's what. Now it's just about building minutes. That's where we're at now. It's not
And
about
we're just
worrying about
hoping-
the ACL again. The ACL's fixed. According to the Met, it's fixed. It's ready to roll.
Yeah, I
So
guess we'll
wait,
just
wait,
have to
wait.
wait and see how he mentally, which is different than.
Oh,
being
he's
sick,
mentally
yeah.
fine. He can't wait to go. He's absolutely buzzing to go. The squad
but
over
that's-
there are
But
absolutely
we'll
ready
see how
to
he does in that first tackle. That's what I mean by mentally.
Now, but being
Oh,
too
your
early to go
mindset.
can be bad too, though, to be fair.
He was tackling in the Bournemouth game when he came on.
There's a couple he pulled out of.
Oh,
I'm
I get,
sorry.
which I get. It's fine.
I'm
not
sorry.
slagging him.
I'm watching different games now. I'm watching different games here to see
Yeah,
the
you're wa-
agendas that are going round.
You're watching the Happy Clubber channel, maybe.
Galaxy wants Rodri to make Ramos tackles now.
Can I say something? I want Rodri to come back because I am tired of listening to people twerking for this PSG team. I know that a 70%, 60% Rodri next
Thank
to Nico
you.
Gonzalez. I want us to slap them, and when we slap them, I want to apologize. Because the way, even when I was doing the other stream earlier on, every comment, there was about 500 people in the comments. Everybody was just twerking for PSG. I was like, this is the same PSG that was nothing last season. Seasons ago, this PSG was nothing. Now,
Nah,
Can I
but
say-
I just want to see
you
him
gotta
play
give
because
credit,
he's my
so
favorite
it's
player,
true.
and I love watching
I
him.
know.
was very good.
I know, but the twerking is next level. I have seen better teams, but people are like, this is the best team
Yeah.
I've seen.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
going a bit old. It's getting a bit wild and a bit quite.
I have not seen
sycophantic now.
anyone play.
This
I have
PS,
not
this PSG thing is getting a bit sycophantic. It really is. It's like with PSG fans all of a sudden.
Can we be honest?
Honestly, I'm fine. Let everybody focus on PSG and Liverpool, and we'll just do our thing in the background, and everybody will be crying at the end.
I have a question for Alf. Let me ask you something.
When we win.
Do you think PSG won that UCL because they are great, or some teams
Oh,
fell
God.
off? I think some teams fell off.
No, let's
think
be fair, Patrick.
I think it's a bit of both.
Well, let's
I
be
didn't know
fair,
what Carl was
Patrick.
gonna
I mean, Paris Saint-Germain were very, very, very good. Let's be clear. They played the way I like to play, the way that we used to play. They have balance. They have attacking threats. They have a good midfield, solid defense, good goalkeeper. They play well. Let's be clear. However, let's also be clear, right? If my manager gets his mojo back and plays the way that we know we can play, there's no one, Patrick. There's nobody. And I'm not saying that because I'm saying it based on what I've seen this guy do for years, not just at City, but at Barcelona and at Bayern Munich. So let's be clear, right? At our pump, at the height of what we do, there's nobody like us. That's why we have the following that we have. That's why you have one of the highest social media interaction. That's why you're lauded around the whole world for the game that you play. Let's be clear. So, yes, I admire PSG. I think they've done a fantastic job. Enrique is a manager that I love. And when Pep leaves, if he's available, I'd love to have him. But Prime City, Prime PSG, is only one winner, which is the only City, mate. Let's be clear.
Carl,
And it tells you a
are
lot
back. I
when
love it.
every single one of our players has
You're
talked
muted,
about coming
Patrick.
to play. every single one of our players has talked about coming to play under Pep Guardiola.
I mean, Martin, let's think about just take 17-18 at this PSG team. Think about Sane, Sterling, Aguero, right? Fernandinho, prime De Bruyne, prime David Silva, company, right? Laporte, prime Walker, and prime, the guy that we can't mention, right? Or even Delph. I mean, there's no one. There's no one. Let's be clear. So, yes, yes, they're fantastic. I love Paris Saint-Germain. They're great. But all our pomp is just nothing.
But Carl, okay, look, before I go to Dan, welcome, Dan. I'm going to still say, I think, okay, maybe I might sound like a hater. I still think that PSG team just got away with the fact that other teams were shit this season. I'm sorry. That's what I'm saying.
No, they were good, Patrick.
No, they went and beat Liverpool at Anfield.
Yeah.
That's not them being shit.
So Liverpool is the marker. Is that what
they were last season? Yeah.
Liverpool's always been the marker, Pat. Come on.
No, you're not the
They weren't.
You've got a long way to go. A long way to go.
Personally, I don't think Liverpool were that great last season. I think I went off.
Oh, no.
But they won the league. They're the benchmark because they won the league.
Well,
Kelly,
the truth is, Kelly, the truth is, right? The truth is that the data doesn't lie, right? They won, 86, 89 points? So they were good, but everybody was terrible.
No, whoa. The data. Are we using data?
No, we're using everything, right? The fact is, Patrick, hold on a sec, right?
Hang on.
Patrick, the fact is, and this is not about troll, this is just about facts, right? They won the league, right? Fantastic. Congrats to them. My neighbor's a Liverpool fan. We talk about all this stuff. We respect each other, right? The truth is that City at the pomp and prime were the better team. In fact, I would even say that Klopp's 18-19 title winning side were better than last season's Liverpool. They just better. With 97 points, they were a better team. Much better team. More balanced, more aggressive. It is what it is. So I'm not taking anything from them. These are just facts, right? And so we'll see what happens next season.
PSG can be very good without being better than prime Barcelona and prime Man City. Like,
yeah, I mean, for me,
there's a middle ground there.
Yeah.
No.
I mean, for me, the team I respect, I love this team. Klopp's 18-19 Liverpool were just exceptional. They were at a different level. And I would say between City and Liverpool was a coin toss. It was 5 millimeters. 5 millimeters.
Yeah, I don't know how he won that league.
Right? 5 millimeters, right? Both teams go 14, 15 games and they're winning. No one does that. That's the benchmark for the Premier League. That is I would even say that title race was better than our 17-18 win. That's the benchmark. That's probably the best ever title race in PL
history FC
ever.
History FC. It's come a long way.
Right. So when I look at that and I look at last season,
it's amazing where you got to. History FC now.
Yeah, we're talking.
I'm doing good for age, and I've seen more league.
You're talking 6 years ago now. That team's gone and it's dusted. It's gone. But finished. They're not there anymore. Yeah, that's like me talking about the team who won the Champions League, mate. They're not here. How many of them exist?
Mate,
Three
of them. They're gone. Football?
It's over. It's gone.
Are we not allowed? Are we not allowed to talk about what we enjoy?
No, but you need to talk about what the team is now, Man City. What Man City is now.
I talked about the fact that last year.
You're talking about nostalgia. You're talking nostalgia,
Patrick,
mate.
I can't do this. Patrick,
I thought that's what Liverpool fans want.
Patrick, I can't.
You're talking nostalgia.
Patrick, I can't do this.
They never mention your 6 in a row. Never mention your 6.
I can't. We're having an intelligent discussion about football. What we enjoy.
But let him land also. Let him land. Wait.
I mean,
we're not having a discussion, Patrick. We're having this.
Carl. You made your point. Let Dan land and let's understand where he's coming from. Dan, go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, respectfully, we have just listened to you talk for the last 3.5 minutes straight. So you were able to talk. A discussion is two ways. You made mention to Liverpool weren't that good last season. The data doesn't lie, and chose points, which is an interesting data to go off. This hasn't happened between Man City and Liverpool. We pushed each other to the last game of the season on several occasions. Would you say that's fair to say?
Yeah.
Yeah. No doubt about that. No.
Okay. No. So, okay. So the reason you went to the point scores that you did, and Liverpool went to the point scores they did, was because that's what was necessary. You do what is necessary in games. You do what's necessary in leagues. Now, just talking about data, Liverpool scored 2 points. Yeah. Just data-wise, just Liverpool scored 2.26 goals per game, and we weren't that good. That sounds pretty good to me, to be honest with you.
Mate, I'm
just saying that's an interesting data. But we won the title at Christmas.
The problem here is that this guy and I don't know why we're different. I'm not saying anything you're not saying, mate. I'm not disagreeing with you. My only point to you is that Liverpool last season were not peak Liverpool that I know and I enjoyed.
They didn't need to be.
It doesn't matter. That's how I feel.
It does.
It doesn't matter, mate. For me, it doesn't matter, right?
Okay,
what I'm saying is, what I'm telling you, and it's not disparaging what you've done. Don't get me wrong.
We won that one.
Hey, hold on, mate. Right? You're champions and you deserve it. 100%. I'm taking nothing away from you, right? And I predicted at the start of the season. Hold on, Patrick. I predicted Liverpool were going to win the league, right? I said it last summer. I said they're going to win it before a ball was kicked. Let's be clear. Check it out. Bear me out. Right? Because that's what the title race is between those two teams. And those two teams, again, next thing will go at it. But my point to you is that when I watch Slot play and I see Jurgen Klopp play, I prefer Jurgen Klopp's football than Slot. I just prefer it. It's nostalgic. It's wonderful. It's on the edge. That's me.
Yeah.
And fair play to you. You won it. I congratulate you.
I mean that's fair enough. But how would you categorize Jurgen Klopp's Liverpool then? Okay, how do you see what kind of football do they play? You tell me.
Klopp's football to me is energetic. It's energetic. It's dynamic. It's front foot. They lose games, they win games. They push you to the edge. They push you to the edge. Everything is about millimeters with them. You don't ever give up. They go and they go and they go. I happen to like that. I've been all season. I've slandered my own manager for over controlling the game because he's afraid. They bear me out, right? I'm a football fan first, mate, right? And I enjoy good football. We talk about Paris Saint-Germain. I love the way they play. It's front foot control. I like it. I don't like this 1,000 million passes to no one. It's boring. Klopp was never boring. So I want to go back to my manager, go back to what made us so unique and special. Going head to head, being aggressive, being dynamic. 4-3-3, not this 3-2-3 or 2-3-5, control the ball, 1,000 million passes to absolutely no one. Makes us all sleep. I don't want that. So that's what I admire about Klopp. It's what I enjoyed about the title race with him. Every game was on the edge. And that season, when Liverpool won, when we won the league, I felt that both teams deserved to win that league. 1 point. That's a race. The whole world was alive. Every game mattered. Whether Liverpool were playing Bournemouth or whether we were playing Burnley, it mattered. People forget about the 1 millimeter, right, VAR goal versus Burnley away in the 71st minute, Aguero. That's the margins.
Yeah, but you cannot discredit what they've done this season.
I'm not discrediting what they've done this season. I'm just saying to you, I'm saying to you.
If you say
No,
that
I'm saying for me, right? For me.
What does it say about the rest of the teams in the league then? Because they didn't need to be that good to win that title.
Yeah.
But they were shit. We were all shit.
No, they weren't. No, they weren't.
Wait, Daniel.
Wait. How many points did Liverpool win the league by?
Go. Wait. Give me a minute. So Caesar has been putting his hand up. Caesar, what do you want to put in this? Because you've been putting your hand up for a long time. Go ahead.
Yes. Predictions for the game against the Moroccan clubs.
Oh, you mean which one? Are you talking about who's playing the Moroccan club? Is it us? Is it Man City?
Yes. What is our next game in the Club World Cup again?
Yeah.
We playing the Moroccan
predictions
from Casablanca or something like that.
Big game, big match.
Predictions.
Oh my God, we need Ryan Turkey to start. I want to see that so bad.
I don't know why you're taking slander off Liverpool fan who's not in the competition, but now, man.
Yeah. But
why isn't Liverpool in this competition? Can he enlighten us?
Wait, why are you hating? Why are you hating on?
Why aren't we in it, guys?
Because he's the one who's coming in here giving it he's the one, Pat, giving it here, giving it the big one with the sarcasm and everything else.
The big one.
Phrasing.
Oh, sorry. Have you won a Premier League? Is that 2 in 33 years? Well done.
Oh, so it's 2 in 33. I prefer 2 in 5, actually. I prefer 2 in 5.
Oh, we did 4 in a row.
Oh dear,
You know-
I actually prefer. I prefer 6 and 7 or a 4P.
You know, big up to you, Dan. You've been consistent for the 5 years I've known you. You've been able
Always
to
consistent, Pat.
you've
Always.
You've always managed to rattle every panel. That's God.
They don't rattle. They don't rattle.
He's trying.
Listen,
They are
I
rattled.
actually
Very
know,
rattled.
No,
Very rattled.
no, Pat. I know a lot of decent Liverpool fans. It's the arrogant ones who sit there and say history doesn't matter when Liverpool are built on history. That's all they ever talk about.
No, Dan is decent. He just knows how to rattle people.
All they talk about is history. 6 times. This, that, and the other. The boot room. You know, that's all they ever talk about.
All right, tell us a bit of your history. Hang on, Pat. You tell me a bit of yours. I'll listen. Go on. You tell me yours.
Wait, I have a question for you.
I know my history, but I'm not going to sit gloating about it.
You're not going to tell me. You're not going to tell me. Tell me. I want to hear it. Tell me. Go on.
Boys, prediction lineup for the game against Casablanca.
No, give us a minute. Cesar. What's his name?
No.
What was I about to say? Dan, I wanted to ask you something anyway, since you're here.
Yes.
I was on a panel with a Liverpool fan, right? And they told me that you guys are.
It wasn't Houston, was it?
No. It was actually Tom. It was actually Tom. Tom was telling me that you told us on the panel, by the way, on Judge Moore, that you guys are getting Verts to play him as a first 9.
You see, it's interesting because I don't believe that Liverpool are in for a striker, to be honest with you. I don't think we're going to be signing a striker. I think it'd be more likely we would play like the 2 10s that we played against you at the Etihad, where we had 2 players we have 2 wide players in Gakpo and Salah or Diaz, and then have where we played Szoboszlai and was it Jones? I'm trying to remember who we played in that game against you. But I think we'd likely play 4 at the front with Verts being the left-sided 8 to create a box. But it just depends on how Arne Slot sees his team. Right now, I'm just very happy that he's chosen to join us. He's a hell of a player.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, you need a striker. You can't buy it.
Yeah, I have something to say about that.
Well, PSG don't have any strikers, do they?
You don't have a fluid team like they do. Your midfield
it's pretty good.
And your
It's
wingers
pretty
are
good.
not fluid like PSG is. That's
pretty
a very
good.
specific example.
It's pretty good. It scores a lot of goals, doesn't it?
Wait, let me.
He's not going to be moving all around the pitch like Dembele does. He's not doing that. He's not going to be moving into the midfield and moving to the left wing and all around. He's not doing that. He's very good at where he is, and he should stay where he is because he's the best in the world at the right wing.
I don't get this though, Dan. So you guys are telling me, and you're agreeing with this, that you're bringing Verts to play first 9. One of the best.
No, I don't think. No, I don't. No. Sorry, I don't agree with that. I don't think he'll play a false 9. I think that he may have the capability to play that position, but I don't think that's going to be his role. I think he's a 10. I think he's likely to be a 10 position player, but more so that we play in a 4-2-4 in the attack, and likely to be a 4 box, 2 wider players when we're in defense. But that depends. I have to wait and see when the team lands. It's difficult to read what Arne Slot wants because, like the man who was speaking before, he preferred Jurgen Klopp's football. Not many people can actually tell us what Arne Slot's true vision of Liverpool is right now. It's difficult to say. So I'd be guessing rather than going, oh, I think he's going to play this way. Who saw Gravenberch playing as a 6?
Also, I wouldn't rule out you signing a striker.
No, we certainly could sign a striker, but it's
business reason
who?
Why.
It's who?
I could no.
That's the question.
Okay, you know FSG, right? Fenway Sports Group. You know their main team is the Boston Red Sox, right?
Yeah, I think
America,
today on Twitter they wouldn't agree with you.
Players, like they just sold we don't do buy and sell in America. We do trade. They just traded their best player. So that's going to free up a lot of money from the FSG because it's an umbrella. Yeah, so there's a lot of money freed up there by getting rid of this player.
You see, that's it. That is interesting, but actually, FSG have taken 30 million from the club. They never actually invested any into Liverpool. They don't put money into the club. There's no money from FSG. They've actually owe Liverpool 30 million pounds on across the board of investment. So FSG are not going to put money into Liverpool. Any funding from Liverpool is done from the club itself and how it generates itself. They're completely separate entities.
Okay,
well, they tend to focus on one and the other. Like they'll go through a phase where they fund the Red Sox more, and right now they're clearly not going to fund the Red Sox.
Yeah,
they just got rid of one of their best players, so they're going to rebuild on the cheap, and they're putting that they're shifted. They're going to make the money available for Liverpool.
Yeah, they
are.
But they won't invest. I can promise you now, they will not put their own money into Liverpool. It's a fact. They never have.
Are businessmen, and when they see an opportunity, they're going to go for it.
You think Wirtz is not an investment?
Yeah, he's the highest paid, biggest transfer of all time in the Premier League.
Yeah, but that's from Liverpool. They're separate businesses. I understand FSG is a company that owns multiple different things. It has Live Golf. It has the Penguins in Pittsburgh. It has, a number of other American sports teams, which I'm sure other people could tell me.
Boston Red Sox.
Yeah, the Red Sox, of course.
That's what FSG stands for, is Fenway Sports Group, because Fenway is where Boston Red Sox play.
And they've got a number of fingers in multiple different pies, but FSG does not put money into Liverpool. Liverpool is a self-sustaining entity. They've never put money into the club.
Get LeBron James to start throwing some money down.
Yeah, I mean, that would be nice, wouldn't it? He's an owner of the club as well, isn't he? With his, but I mean, it'd be interesting. Is LeBron James linked to Nike in any way? I don't know if he is.
Yeah, he's like their poster boy.
Is he? Well, it's interesting that we've moved over to Adidas as well, isn't it? And we've just lost Nike, so that's an interesting sort of, have how much FSG's sort of influence is over Liverpool.
Yeah, Nike gave LeBron like $1 billion.
Yeah, crazy money. You talk crazy numbers over in America, to be honest with you. So, the investment will be from the club. The interesting question is, and this is, I suppose for you guys, I could ask as a Liverpool fan to City fans, do you think it was Jurgen Klopp who didn't want to sign players then?
No, I think he wanted to. I think it was. Yeah,
but right now the money's there, the investment's available. We've tried to to go out there and do it. I just wonder as to whether or not he was very happy with the team that he built. Like he liked to keep people around longer than they really needed to. I mean, he wants to keep James Milner around at the club, and he had to say, "Listen, I'm done. I need to go to Brighton. My career's coming to an end."
Well, you cannot.
Like, I don't. You can hack that style.
Most of the players that you've got in your style.
We can't hear you. Oh, we can hear you. We can't hear you. Oh, by the way, guys, on that note, I have to go. It's 5 o'clock. I have to go pick up somebody, and I'm already late, and I have to go to the gym. So it's 1 hour, 30 minutes. I'll be back up again later on another panel show. But for now, all I can say is subscribe. Thank you for the panel.
Wins tackles! It's a title winner! Perfect end to a perfect day. Manchester City 4, Manchester United 1. Oh, what a hedge! Oh, that's electrifying! Hat-trick hunting, trick getting. Still the appetite is there for more. Oh, it is sensational!